You got ready at the moment?
Yeah.
Just looks like the rate came over from 65 to 70,000 each.
So, real quick, who helped with the pie stuff? It was you, Sean, Roger, Kevin, Bob did as well. Is there anybody else? Amy. Ethan was helping too.
I didn't think it was gonna keep doing this, I keep doing all that, I was going like this messing with you, and we spill the water.
The house your relatives are buying, those people have been able to find one yet?
They did, they found two now, put in offers on both, lost down on both of them. One of them was with, Anika, and I called her and I was like, so, I said, just so you know, I said, Kim's buyer's gonna be putting an offer, and I said, I know you wanna work with us. I said, clearly you do. And she just laughed, and she's like, oh, well, you know I do. I said, well, you gotta put in a couple extra good words. I said, I know Kim's gonna be bringing it with her offer. So she did, and still lost it.
Really?
They still have the backup, however, on this other one, and I haven't heard if anything. I figured something else would have been heard on it. So at this point, I think it's still moving forward. They're diligently looking.
So I'll have his cousin's house, that I'm gonna be listening soon.
What's the scoop on it?
I've not even been inside of it yet, it's a 3-1 in Jeffersonville. It's
Okay,
got a full basement.
they will look in Jeff.
I wanna say they said it was gonna be 130-ish.
Okay.
All
Well, that's in their budget.
carport.
All brick. That sounds really cheap.
That's all right.
It's small. Is it fancy condition? Which might be something that perfect.
No, it's like,
But that's
it's
all.
under 1,000 square feet, somewhere 900 to 1,000 square feet.
That's probably gonna be too small, because that's where they're coming from. Yeah, because that's what they're coming from, so they're gonna want a little bit more.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, who's got anything 3-bed, right, actually probably no more than 170. 140 to 170, or 130 to 170, and what we Jeff Clarksville.
Yes, my friend the bill. I mean, outside on the road,
Okay.
May, and I'll be going to do
Are you building that house?
I'm on Grand Forward for 2 weeks.
Are you?
The girls.
Oh,
work for them.
Cool.
I'll be coming up because I'll be flying up for a visitation.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to do that.
You're gonna spend the summer down
June, July.
there? Where you living down there?
It's a place like Northern Commons is what I kind of sat down and look at. They got apartments.
Sweet.
And I might have to do a 6-month lease, but
Yeah.
I go down there every month anyways.
Well, yeah, it's probably just as easy as.
Shannon stuff, and
Are you?
2 months with her, hopefully. We're going to 3 years.
Oh, who is this?
You're going back?
We're on that game.
Oh,
And then she's trying to come up to you.
so what's this do, huh?
Met her, I'll down on vacation and
Yeah.
met her on a bubble.
That's just a great way to meet people.
Oh, no, well, actually, she's the only person in 10 months that I met.
Really? I never did when I was single. I never did that. I did like a couple other sites, but I never did them. I think it's,
Bubble's cool because we both match, we
Yeah.
can talk to each other, but the girl has 24 hours to talk first, the guy can't reach out.
isn't it interesting how they got the differences from the
Yeah.
past? Oh, it's never a dull moment.
So my Florida house, and then she's like, "Sir, you from Florida?" He's passing through, and I'm like, "Okay." She's gonna ghost me after I tell her I live in Indiana.
I know.
I said, "You said friends first, and profile, so don't ghost me."
That's right.
Not if I can do.
I do not miss the meeting world at all. Oh my God, it was such a drama. It's like you just couldn't get straight answers out of people and stuff. It's like, quit talking the games, man. I just wasn't into it. I mean, it was fun for like 5 seconds, and it was like, oh my gosh.
So maybe 4.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But, so anyway, long story short, diligently still looking. I've even sent out messages on our office page for a potential rental. I know there's something for them to rent until, because I don't know if part of it that they're missing. I need to talk to Kim, but I'm pretty sure part of the potential reason that they're missing out on these deals is because it's still contingent on their closing. And you know how it is, if they're competing with somebody that doesn't have to sell something, even though we're past inspections on their home, and the appraisals, no, we haven't done that yet, just because I just want to make sure that they're ready to move forward. And they're saying they're, and they are diligently looking, because I just don't want them to pay the money yet until they, when they get something in their contract, then I'm gonna have them pay the appraisal, you know? So, yeah. So that's the scoop, but if you see anything come up fairly quick or whatever, shoot me a message, or you know something that's coming.
Yeah.
And we'll get them in.
And you just put one on the market.
Yep, it just went live
A 3-2
about
ranch.
30 minutes.
210 Webster.
How small? 1,100, 1,200? Because I think the one that they wrote an offer on, I want to say was 1,200. Because I'm like, I'll get anything, and was it just listed like a day? All right, give me some scoops and I'll get them in right now. I'll be like, you know, what, you know.
145, 11 square feet, 3-2, quarter acre.
Quarter acre.
Hey, Bob.
On Webster?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just
210
saw
Webster
one.
Boulevard.
Okay. Nice to be on the
I'm here.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be like, what does it go?
There you go.
I know, isn't it? Well, that's cute. Nice little.
Exactly. So that's what I said. Anyway, I'll send you the contract and you can decide what you need to do.
So for those of you on the call, we're just giving everybody here in the office a few more minutes to grab their seats. So we'll get started here in a few minutes.
Hey, if you want to go to your house.
Look at it. I'm gonna look at one. I'm gonna have Kim show it and sell it.
Only about 3 deals contingent upon this.
So we gotta get some going, we're working some deals. It's been a couple instances. And I'll do all my flyers and, yeah. I'm gonna send them a message right now. 210 Webster.
210 Webster Boulevard. Hey, we're rural.
Take a look at that real quick. Very nice. I just texted him, I said, look at it.
Hey, Jay, how much of that lot you have on the market on Fifth Street?
27 and.
No, then the house right down the street. Okay. What's the story with the house right next door to you?
They were working on that house for a while. Yeah.
I'm looking into 517. So just on three from the house. I was turning on the fifth or 7th. Saw your son out there, you were wide. No.
You like to try to play for us, or?
Keep it open.
Uh,
Like you said, there's
I know.
like.
I own the house at 525 Fifth, sold the house at 517 East Fifth, so that's, I know that whole area.
All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. You guys go ahead and continue to eat and enjoy your food. I'm sure we'll have a couple stragglers. We've got a number of people on Zoom today, so I'll try to make sure that I pay more attention to our Zoom family while we're giving our presentation today. Thanks everybody for joining. I just wanted to let everybody know this is going to be the last partner meeting through the end of the year. So this is it. And it's been a crazy 2020. And just to jump into our first slide of telling us something good. We had an amazing pie giveaway last week, and I just wanted to thank all those that were involved and that had participated. Amy Dixon for helping round everybody up and to bring that entire event together. It was really nice to hear Craig talk to us about what an experience it was, and it was a pretty awesome event. So Amy, thank you so much for doing that. We're clapping in the room for you. I wanted to thank Ethan, Craig, Kevin, Sean, Roger. I hope I'm not, Bob actually was helping out as well. He helps with everything. So each one of you, I am very grateful that you were able to step up and help out with that. It was a great success, and it's something we're definitely going to do again. I just wanted to mention today the food's being brought to us by Momentum Title. They're great partners with us, so we just wanted to acknowledge Momentum.
Can I tell you
Love
something
working
good?
with them. Let's see if we can hear you.
Can I tell you something good?
You know, we can't hear you. Give me just a second. Let's see if it's just the TV. No.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's too bad. You know what? We might have to use the chatting. You want to try talking one more time? I have the TV all the way up, and
Can you hear me now?
you know I can. So.
Oh, well, that's good.
Let's try it one more time.
Check, 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 check.
That's even worse.
Oh,
Were you? Okay.
can you hear
I
me
can hear
now?
Amy. I can hear Amy,
I'm sorry, Amy.
Our Barkauer.
but I'm on the phone, so
Can you hear me or Laura Barkauer?
What about yours, Craig? You want to crank yours? Yeah, let's do that. We'll just. Oh no, that's not going to work.
I'll unmute me.
Yeah, you need to mute Craig and then crank yours up and it'll probably work. What do you think? All right, we'll continue on, and I apologize for those on the call. We'll get that fixed in the future. We just want to acknowledge our new agents, Teresa Spencer, Michaela Blinko, and Liz Fouts are the newest additions to the KW family. So welcome, and looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. December birthdays, there's a bunch on the list. Got a lot of Christmas babies there. Probably not the most fun. I'm one of those. I'm not going to read off every name. Happy birthday to everybody on. And if you're here in the room, happy birthday. I don't see many of you. Yeah, I'm not congratulating him. He didn't come to our meeting today. I'm really going to cut the food off for people that don't sit in here either from now on. I'm just kidding. But congratulations to our cappers, Kim Carmody, Tom Robbins, Ruthie Stewart, and Rob Gaines. 100% of your money is yours through the remainder of your cap period. So congratulations. Very excited about that. We do have some really big announcements coming up, and the first part of this is wishing our outgoing ALC the best. It's been an experience. I've only had 3 or 4 meetings with them, but they've been very productive, and it's been a great honor working with each and every one of them. I'd say a large number of these individuals may be back for the 2021 ALC, but I do want to acknowledge those that were on the 2020, and that is Brian Hazley, who just absolutely did a phenomenal job running our safety committee and our commercial division for us. I don't think there's anybody in the building that really takes safety on kind of the way that Brian does, and having him in our organization is a great thing, and has provided us a lot of really good resources for the agents. Todd Paxton helping with the finance committee. He's definitely on it and doing the best that he can to help make sure that we maintain profitability and that we are good shepherds of the money that we do work with here in this office. Jay Usher, technology, thank you for being a part of last year's committee. Jay is awesome at tech and continues to give his time freely to train us and help us to get us where we need to go. And Anika Bell was on education committee last year with Mike Schoonover. Thank both of them and their dedication to helping make this a better place and get us focused on what we need to be training. Amy Dixon, Culture Committee. Again, I can't say enough amazing things about you, Amy. I appreciate you joining. I wish we could hear you right now. Sorry about that, but yeah, you're big on the screen. Ethan Rapier was assisting with the Culture Committee last year with Amy. And one thing planning for the 2021 I noticed is that each of our agents that are on the ALC really are involved in the production of the other agents in that ALC. They're open to embracing the needs of the technology group for the education group and growth being tied to culture. It was a fun experience. We spent yesterday doing our ALC retreat. So it was kind of nice going through that evolution with each one. Jesse Allen and Rob Gaines, the last two members that I just wanted to thank one last time and for all they do. Personally watching Rob and seeing how much he has on his shoulders and what he does throughout the day. I know we've got a lot of busy agents, but man, I see Rob hustle. So I really appreciate the amount of time that he had provided and given us throughout the year. '20 ALC chairs, a lot of the same names, but we'll go ahead and announce them. This year, our finance committee chair is Jesse Allen. And I'm really looking forward to partnering with Jesse and really our MCA Roger and our Okie Craig and spending a lot of time on our books and our budgets and making sure that in the future meetings that we have really good reports demonstrating how our market's doing compared to the other agencies in this town and really how we're doing against the other regions, both within Keller, and measuring our own success on the individual agent basis as well. So Jesse's going to have a big role to play in helping with that. Education Committee, Bob Murphy, excited about bringing him on board. He's been a member of the ALC in the past, but he is a new addition to our ALC moving forward. And Bob has just an absolute wealth of knowledge when it comes to real estate, but more important, what's important for our agents. And he is always looking out for us. So I know he's going to be a great steward for what's important for us around the education this year. Amy Dixon is going to be running the Culture Committee this year and has a lot of great ideas and really excited to have you back. And thank you, Amy. Couldn't do it without you. And so I just want you to know I really do appreciate you. Growth Committee Chair is going to be Ethan Rapier. Ethan had an amazing year last year. And the reason why we had tapped Ethan was he demonstrated how to build two things, both a business, a real estate business, and he's been able to demonstrate how you can take somebody who hasn't been in real estate or have a large fundamental system in place and to have a system in place that has actually built his business. So he's grown himself and his business in this last year and demonstrated that he could do both things, which was educate and show other agents how to make their own real estate business a success and to help with the production of those agents as well. He's very eager to help with our recruiting efforts in the coming year as well. So I'm excited about Ethan's willingness to help us out at the market center level to help with both our retention and recruiting. This year, advocacy, we've created the advocacy is one of the chairs that each market should have. And I think last year we might have blended it a little bit with safety. And this year we're breaking it out and making it its own. We tapped Anika Bell for the advocacy chair. And having been in the meetings with Anika during last year's ALC discussions, she has singularly focused on making sure that we don't forget the middle agents. We spend a lot of time talking about recruiting new agents and making sure that we're doing all we can for our top tier agents and the top teams, but it's really that we kind of call the messy middle, where there's not a whole lot of love. And we find a lot of agents fall into that area of, you know, I'm just past being a new agent, but I still don't know how to get my business jump started. Or I've been in the business for a while and I'm struggling and I'm just not getting it above that level. She is absolutely focused on making sure that their needs and concerns are being met as we host these ALC meetings in the future. So great addition. And I know she had worked on the education committee last year, but it's good to have her part of the team again. Want to acknowledge Brian Hazley, but he'll be running our commercial and safety chairs again next year. Really looking forward to growing our commercial division and partnering with Brian and some of our other regional team members in the KWRI family to help see what we can do about getting our presence out there in the commercial area a little bit more. And Brian absolutely is going to help us with any of the agent safety issues that come up. These are kind of our bellwether when there's things happening in the market that we may not know about. He tends to get that information a little bit quicker, and we'll get that shared with everybody. And I mentioned Jay Usher earlier. He's joining us again with as a technology chair. So to each and every one of them, I really do thank you for taking time away from your important businesses. And Amy, thank you for clapping, and very excited about our coming year. We had an awesome event yesterday, and I think it's going to come up in the next slide, but I'll go ahead and mention it. One thing we did is we walked through more or less our 1-3-5 with each of the different chairs, but we also did it collectively as the entire ALC. And oddly enough, what was a focus and what was important to almost each of the different disciplines and group, when we came away with our one thing, it lined right up with what the market center's one thing is going to be as well. And so we are in almost complete harmony on what we want to focus on this year, which is a really neat thing. And that one thing, to say it simply, is culture, but to add a little bit to that, it is retention. And so the word retention came up over and over again yesterday, and our one thing is retaining the people we have. And the way we do that in each of the different groups, from technology, education, to advocacy, was having the culture here in this office that no agent would want to leave, but more importantly, that we're proud to talk about when we're out doing deals with other agents that aren't in our family. And so that's going to be our big push, is making sure that this is the best place around and that none of you want to leave. So, and really excited about doing that. Let's see. That was all the good news, little piece of bad news. And it's been coming for a long time. I think we've been talking about it for the last 6 months. And I know it's going to be a concern of our members, and it's something we're going to work with you on, and we're remain flexible around it, but it's the .loop to DocuSign conversion. .loop for us here in the Market Center is a very expensive program. We pay a pretty steep fee for that. We don't for DocuSign. And so, as long as I've been here, we've been saying, hey, come October, it's going to go away. Come November, it's going away. Well, it's really going away in January. And so, yes, ma'am.
What is that charge for an individual if you just decide that you want to stay with that? Is it smoother and easier?
Yes. Yes. I think let's talk about that, and we can dive down into this lane, because we have spent quite a bit in the last few days trying to come up with a plan that it doesn't impact your business. And so the cost isn't that much. And so less than $30 if you want to stay on .loop. But some of the challenges, or what we've seen, is that we have a Market Center account and we get to share our templates or forms with you. And so we can keep them up to date, make sure that they're in compliance. Once that goes away, you'll have to maintain your own database, your own templates, and your own forms. We're working right now to see if we can share them with you to where you can take them once we back out of .loop, and we'll do our best to make sure that you still have those same forms. But in the current model right now, it's not available, and we won't be able to share those templates and forms. Kevin and Bob are working with the support teams at .loop to see if we can get them pulled down, and then we'll help each agent load them up on their own personal accounts.
But the easy solution is just go to DocuSign and get it over with.
I know, I just think it's only
Yeah.
after like
I know.
2 days, and I don't wanna use it, that's not the problem, it is just not user friendly, and there's so many extra steps,
Yeah,
and it's clunky.
right.
Probably just, it just.
For some reason,
Right.
I never used that.
And no, but listen, and I understand, Rachel, completely, and you're not the only one. And we do have, I know somebody did the Facebook poll to see who is using what, and the majority of our agents are using .loop. It just is the way it is. And that's the hard part about it, is trying to take somebody from something they like and that works and that meets the needs of their business to something that is problematic, different, or has what real or perceived their issues. And we totally understand. But from a financial standpoint, it is extremely expensive. And when I say that, it's not just $100 or something. It's a big commitment from us.
Amy just sent me a text, Amy Dixon said, please let everyone know that I'm happy to Zoom for an hour for whoever wants to walk through command and DocuSign process.
Gotcha.
And I mean, it's just one of those things, when it's forward to it, it's gonna feel clunky because it's always done in a certain way. So, anytime you make a change, it's gonna feel clunky, but like Jeremy said, that's all he's ever done, so it's fine. So,
And the funny thing is the exact same would happen. If I told you you had to start using .loop, you'd have the exact same concerns and issues and hate .loop for those reasons. It's not crazy, I get it. But, and just one more thing to mention about that, we are doing 2 more trainings before the end of the year, and it's every Tuesday at 2.
The next 2 Tuesdays at 2:00.
All right, and it's going to be solely focused on DocuSign, and I highly recommend that you attend that training. There is going to be a Zoom link, but if you do come to the office, bring your computer, because we want each of the attendees that are in the training to actually participate, and we'll run you through an entire contract from start to finish, and hopefully help get
Tips and tricks.
get people
To make it
more
not-
comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. We'll do what we can there. I wanted to mention one more thing, and I'm going to try to do more of this in the future, and that is marketing and promoting our agents and people in this office that have different roles and responsibilities. Amy Dixon does a ton for us. She runs her own business, is on the ALC. She's also our productivity coach. And with that, our productivity coaching program isn't just necessarily for new agents that are coming through the door. It's really available for all agents. So if you're at a point where your business, you just need to know what to do to get to the next level, the productivity coaching program may be an option for you and your business. And so definitely reach out to Amy, talk to her, and we can get some things lined up. There she is. And Amy, thank you so much. You're definitely right on the top of our screen. I appreciate it. Sorry we can't hear you right now, but I do want to push that again, that the productivity coaching program is an amazing thing, and Amy just has a wealth of knowledge. She's proven she can do it, and she's proven that she can train other people to do it as well. So thank you, Amy, for that. Tomorrow at 11:45, we have 360 home inspections coming in. Bob had invited them to talk with us about, what are some things that are holding up closings or posing problems in the market right now. And they're going to walk through all the things that they're running into. And maybe there's some steps we can help our buyers and sellers with to get fixed on the front end so it doesn't hold up any of your deals throughout the year. So that's going to be at 11:45. It's free. They'll be here tomorrow here in the training center. And again, just wanted everybody to know that that's going to be available tomorrow. Our holiday schedule, we're closed the 24th and the 25th, and at the end of the year on the 31st and the 1st. If you need to get to your individual offices, those will still be available, and you can still come in and use the resources, but the Market Center leadership team will be off on those days. Just as I mentioned earlier, only one partner meeting this week or this month. We have a number of trainings set up in the schedule. Hopefully all of you know where the training schedule is. It's on our intranet site. For those of you that don't know, there's a pretty quick link to access that. Let's let Paul back in. Today at 2, and it's usually after our partner meetings, Anika and Ruthie are doing the single agent masterminds or individual agent masterminds. They're pretty neat. I've sat and listened to a couple in the back. The best part about it to me is that you get to bounce questions off each other, and you can, it really is an interactive experience. You can ask them some pretty point blank questions, and they're living the experience of being new agents that are getting to that point to where they're, you know, ready to break through that ceiling. And so working with them, they can help you. They're living it firsthand right now. For those of you who haven't attended, Craig did his 6.5 steps today. Showing the people the board in the office to nailing it in real estate. And he's gonna be doing that the first Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And it typically lines up with our partner meetings as well. So you can come in a little bit early, learn some great information from Craig, a guy who's done it, built a 7th level business, has an amazing brokerage here in Southern Indiana. So, and Craig is a very approachable guy. So come learn from him. He's got some great insight into how to get your business launched and making money quickly. Wealth Building Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 4. I invite all of you to come. And career night. Our last career night was an amazing event. Sean Blevins did an outstanding job with that. I just want to acknowledge that the last one brought in somewhere like 20 to 26 people, if I'm not mistaken, that are interested in real estate that we've now added to our database, so we can continue to reach out to and help them grow their career and hopefully bring them over to the Keller Williams family. Business planning clinic on the 7th and the 8th. It is free, doesn't cost any money. They have some amazing speakers that are going to be joining us for this. Gary Keller is going to be doing the opening. I don't know if it's pre-recorded or not. It'd be pretty cool if he's actually going to be there live. But again, both those days, free event, highly recommend it. If you haven't done your 2021 business planning, now's the time to get it done. Another opportunity for us here in this region. I don't know if everybody knows her, but this is Dana Gentry. She's either a regional director or I know she's handling a lot of the big mega agent office and the indie office programs for us, but she is a wealth of knowledge and just down to earth, and is an amazing instructor as well. I don't know if this is free. I know what she's doing. So it's $50 to attend, and 100% of what she collects is being donated to the Salvation Army. And so any checks written, or if it costs you to sign up or anything, all of that's going to be written back out to a check to the Salvation Army. I have not been through career visioning. I plan on attending this class, but for those of you that haven't, it would be a great event to attend. All right, and it's too bad Bob wasn't here because he had mentioned at the end of this, we did want to have a little Q&A session and just open it up to the team. And if there's anything, me specifically, what I would like to know about is educational offerings and training in the coming year. Are there things that anybody wants to see or have us host or present? And just to give you some ideas, you know, some of the senior agents have wanted better investing classes. And
Last time, here's conversations with all.
what's it called?
Right before COVID shut everything down, so we went, yeah, February.
But I think that was when I was really,
It was so good.
was it so bad? I'm trying to remember.
Which?
Because I think that's,
I said, no, she can get in.
that's why I couldn't either then, because I remember I was
I
like,
went
how
a
do
few
you?
days before, and it was excellent.
That was my problem. I've done it one other time and I'm gonna do that one again. It was really good.
Yeah, what was it called?
Fierce conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
And for those of you on Zoom, if there's anything you want to add in the chat, please do. But just trying to find out what kind of training we're missing out on, or if there's things that we want to have this coming year, or if you have any other questions about what's happening this month or how things are going. Okay.
I don't know if there's any possibility of what sort of trainings are out there for like a ISA kind of thing, like Anna Kruger's group, like I don't know if they do any trainings, but that's
On
something we would be interested in.
how to be an amazing ISA, basically, like if you're,
No, just like how to use them effectively. and
okay,
Stuff like that, I know there's some different teams that use them, so, just kind of
okay,
things to know.
I think that would be really good.
okay. Yeah, one of the things we're trying to do at the market center level is that it not be us determining what our training is going to be. Because me, Keevan, and Roger, who really aren't real estate people, shouldn't be saying, oh, great, we've got the best plan
Well, another office
coming.
Maybe learn the same things that,
Right.
Google, maybe we can all, make a group together for that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And ISA training, peers. Here's the man. New age and orientation. So Todd, are you asking if we could set one up for this year before the end of December? Because if so, yes, we can definitely get one scheduled in the office. All right, we can do that. So what we posed, Bob, when you had stepped out was any other questions at the end? And then more importantly, are there any training offerings that we haven't provided that they'd like to see in the coming year?
Oh, yeah.
So that Rachel mentioned fierce conversations.
Which I think a few of us obviously missed, and very good, already sold out.
Right, Buffy had mentioned ISA training on how to effectively use an ISA and have them on board, so. All right. Well, we're getting close to the end, guys. So I really appreciate everybody's time. I'm sure we'll talk before the end of Christmas. Thank all of you agents out there, and looking forward to an amazing 2021. So it's got to be better than 2020, right?
The only thing I would add is make sure you come to the DocuSign class.
Bob said it. DocuSign class, just to reiterate, is going to be Tuesday at 2, the next 2 Tuesdays. Jay Usher is going to be teaching that class. Bob will be there. I'm going to be there. Keevan, Roger, and I are going to run through it as well so that we know how to not just use DocuSign, but we can teach others to get through a generic contract.
If you come to the class and you can't do it, he'll do it for you.
Yeah, Jay says he'll do your contracts if you don't love DocuSign by the end of it. He'll manage all your deals. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time today. I'll give you the next 30 minutes back to you. Have a great week. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And everybody else.